Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina, Lake Taneycomo in Branson, Missouri. Going to do one cast today, this evening. Came out in the boat. Dock was a little busy. I'm debating whether to throw. I think I'm going to throw this 1/8 ounce sculpin jig with an orange head. A 2-pound line, which is a little bit light for an 1/8 ounce jig. They ran half a unit, a little more than a half unit this morning until about 2 or 3 o'clock. Now they're running a good 2 units, probably a little bit over 2 units. One cast. I did get out this morning, 7 o'clock, skip basketball. Boated up to the dam, to the cable, and started throwing a mega worm. It's a big, white, fluffy. There's a midge, just fished midge right over the top of my line. Of course, I'm on the bottom. Mega worm is a white, fluffy worm that's made of this craft yarn. And I used one that was on just a real tiny jig head, so it was weighted under an indicator. And it's kind of a popular fly, the guys that are waiting up below the dam. Morning. But I didn't do very good with it. Drifted down below number 2, outlet, and 3, and just didn't do very good with it. So I went back to what I like to throw, and that's a jig. Threw a 1/16 ounce. No fish on one cast. Threw a 1/16 ounce sculpin ginger jig, 2-pound line. Ended up catching several rainbows, no browns. Did see a big brown, 30-inch class. And but caught a real nice, about a 17-inch rainbow among smaller rainbows. And I tried several other things. When I got down almost to the narrows, I put on a it's about a number 4 olive woolly bugger, beaded. I'm not sure if I'm getting bites or it is. I am getting bites. Put on a beaded woolly bugger and cast it to the bank just above the narrows and down through the narrows. I ended up catching a dozen fish on that thing. They really wanted to chase something. I was throwing it up to the bank and bringing it back in pretty fast. This is a fairly nice rainbow, and I won't break my line. But I got on the second cast. The guides said fishing was good today. Steve Dickey fished a pink power worm under a float. He stayed in this area, and he also fished up around Short Creek. Dwayne had a trip, and they fished between Short Creek and the resort, and they caught a lot of fish on the pink worm. And then Tracy Frenzel, another guide, he fished. He said he found a lot of fish from Cooper Creek down a half mile. He said he was planning on drifting, you know, a pretty wide area, but he spent the whole trip just right there. He said they didn't have to move much. And so that kind of tells me that there's a school of of rainbows that have been stocked and have moved up into that area, or they might have been dumped in that area. I don't know. They do stock them off that ramp occasionally, but not very often. And those fish probably will be moving up. The fish I just caught was not a stalker. It's been in the lake for a while. It had a lot of color to it. But freshly stocked fish, they'll hit just about anything usually, not all the time, and they will stay together for quite a while, for several days, if not 5 or 6 days. Then they get hammered. The guides find them, people find them, and they kind of get scattered. Oop, don't have my trolling motor out. Let's see. I did ask Steve Dickey about bait. He said night crawlers has been the best bait. They really kind of not hitting power bait that much. Fishing off the dock's been a little slow, but people are catching a few. Most people are catching their limit, but it's taken them, all morning or all afternoon or all day to catch 4. But I did see people cleaning fish, and people have told me that they have caught a few off the dock, but it's been pretty slow. And lady using night crawlers had 5 middle part of the day, but 2 of them were suckers. And that is about all I've got, I think, for today. We're expecting to cool down in the weather Wednesday, and so I'm thinking they're not going to run as much water in the afternoon, but I don't know. And they might start leaving it off. It's so hard to say. So. Okay, gonna go home, eat dinner, and bounce between watching the Cardinals and the Cubs and the Cowboys. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.